going on, guys? So today we're talking about Tuivasa, Derrick Lewis. Let's get it going.
Antetokounmpo, Aaron Rodgers, Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson.
I am so excited about this fight. See, I thought like this time last year, I was like, man, heavyweight's kind of boring if you think about it. Like it's just like it's Francis Ngannou, John Jones, the potential of John Jones, like and Derrick Lewis. Last time Francis Ngannou, Derrick Lewis fought, it was boring. And now we flash forward a year later, and I'm really excited to see Tom Aspinall versus Volkov. Miocic and Jones might actually fight. Probably not. Cyril Gane is insanely cool. We know he's going to get another title shot soon. Francis Ngannou is crazy and might not be the UFC champion a year from now, not because of a fight either. And this division's so exciting that we can have a fight that literally doesn't matter. And it's super exciting. Like, if Tai Tuivasa beats Derrick Lewis, does he get a title shot? Maybe an interim title shot. Right, and I think it really does depend on if John Jones and Stipe Miocic do fight. If those two fight, then that's a #1 contender fight, without a doubt. But if those two don't fight, I still think Stipe should get a title shot soon, right? And it might end up being an interim belt. I don't know. And whether or not Francis Ngannou is going to fight in the UFC ever again is big as to whether or not there's going to be another title shot, a #1 contender fight for a guy in the heavyweight, or if it's going to have to be interim. Because it's probably going to have to be another interim. And the thing is they're in Houston again. That's exciting. And I think the biggest thing for this fight is just going to come down to, for Tai Tuivasa, is he going to be able to beat Derrick Lewis in a way we've never seen Derrick Lewis be beaten? Here's what I mean. So, Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast, hasn't lost a lot of fights in the UFC, right? But there was 2 fights that stick out to my mind in particular where he was kind of outclassed by a lot. And it's nothing against Derrick Lewis. These are 2 phenomenal people that did this to him. Right? Daniel Cormier completely out-wrestled Derrick Lewis. And he just completely erased any chances of Derrick Lewis being able to knock him out. Daniel Cormier put on a clinic against Derrick Lewis. And then we look at the Cyril Gane fight. Cyril Gane, another person who put on a clinic against Derrick Lewis. Right? And the biggest thing is I don't see Tai Tuivasa being able to wrestle Derrick Lewis. That's never been something that I've seen in Tai Tuivasa's arsenal. I've also never seen, like, Tai Tuivasa is not like, no offense, Derrick Lewis, where he's just trying to hit you as hard as he can with whatever punch he can. The overhand right, the uppercut, the crazy right hook, the flying head kick, which is a Derrick Lewis signature. That's not Tai Tuivasa. Tai Tuivasa is a very strong and technical striker, but he's not fast, right? And not a lot of fighters are Cyril Gane fast. If any fighters in the UFC's heavyweight division are Cyril Gane fast, right? And that's the thing, is like, do you have to be as fast as Cyril Gane to be able to strike with Derrick Lewis and mitigate that, right? Because we saw it in the Chris Daukaus fight. Chris Daukaus fought very fast. He's a very fast guy. But you could just tell that he wasn't doing enough to slow Derrick Lewis down, and it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. And here's the thing. Derrick Lewis is no journeyman, at least right now in this stage of his career. If Tai Tuivasa is able to beat him, that does send shockwaves in the heavyweight division to let everybody know that Tai Tuivasa is not just the guy who drinks beers out of shoes. Like, he's a big-time, big-deal type fighter, right? Because now he's beaten, the Black Beast in a co-main event. He'll probably get a main event in his next fight, and it'll probably be, if Aspinall wins, it could be the fight against Aspinall. It could be a fight against Cyril Gane. There could be a lot of different fights and avenues for Tai Tuivasa. However, unfortunately for Tai Tuivasa, similar to the state that Chris Daukaus' situation's in right now, if he loses to Derrick Lewis, it's kind of back to the drawing board, right? Because, especially after what we just saw Francis Ngannou do to Cyril Gane, Francis Ngannou is like a better version of Derrick Lewis. And if you can't beat Derrick Lewis, you can't beat Francis Ngannou, right? And until Francis Ngannou is no longer the heavyweight champion of the UFC, we have to act like he is the heavyweight champion of the UFC. And so that's why Derrick Lewis is kind of like a good, like, ripe, he is a good number one contender type fight for certain fighters, because it does show, like, okay, what would they do if, you know, this was the same guy, but a little more methodical, a little bit stronger, a little bit smarter, possibly stronger, and even better at wrestling, right? Francis Ngannou has shown that he's actually a pretty good wrestler, right? And so I think that if Tai Tuivasa can't beat Derrick Lewis, it kind of shows, like, he's not ready for the big time. He's not ready for Stipe. He's not ready for Gane. He's not ready for Ngannou. And that would be who's next if he's able to get the win. And like I said, the only way Tai Tuivasa is going to be able to win this fight is a way we've never seen Derrick Lewis lose, right? Unless Tai Tuivasa plans on wrestling Derrick Lewis, or unless Tai Tuivasa plans on overwhelming and swarming Derrick Lewis and trying to just play the technical striking game. That's the way you beat Derrick Lewis. You do not beat Derrick Lewis by just trying to see who has more power. I know Tai Tuivasa's got a lot of power, and I'm so proud of him for it. He should get a ribbon and a plaque and maybe even a trophy. I don't know. But he doesn't have Derrick Lewis's power. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. It's just a fact. It's a fact of life. Derrick Lewis has the most power in the UFC. The only person who might have more is not Tai Tuivasa. If Tai Tuivasa and Derrick Lewis are going to be in a pocket in exchange, it's going to go the exact same way it went for Volkov, or the exact same way it went for Blades, or the exact same way it went for Rosenstruck, or the exact same way it went for Dawkins. Oh, I got a lot of power. Derrick Lewis is not ready for this power. Oh, boy. And I like Tai Tuivasa a lot. First time I saw that guy, I can't remember who it was. It was this time last year. It was kind of like a journeyman in the heavyweight. And when I hear the name, it's going to bother me. But anyway, when I saw him knock that guy out and drink out of a guy's shoe, I was hooked. And he's great. He's an amazing fighter. And it's going to be an amazing fight. Right? The over-under in rounds is 1. And I don't know if I'm taking the over. I definitely see Derrick Lewis winning this fight. I don't know if that was obvious or not. But I definitely think that Tai Tuivasa could kind of shock the world if he's able to be victorious here tonight. So, or on Saturday, obviously. So, with that being said, I have to say Derrick Lewis, first round knockout, because that's just what he does. And we're going to see the Black Beast victorious again, and this time get his victory in Houston. I think that's why I was in Houston again, so the people in Houston can see Derrick Lewis knock somebody out. But let me know what you guys think. Tai Tuivasa, Derrick Lewis, who do you like? Let me know in those comments down below. Make sure you click that like button and that subscribe button, show your support for the channel. But most importantly of all,